Kirstin O'Neill, I'm the HETI Executive Director and Secretary. On behalf of HETI, our President Vera and I would like to extend our massive thanks to Castle Leslie for hosting this event, for all of the wonderful staff. You've all been so lovely. Yes, absolutely. And also congratulations to the organisers and presenters today. In my opinion, it has just been such an inspirational morning, and also just to see the evolution of Equine-Assisted Services in Ireland has been fantastic. So thank you so much for all your presentations. It's been really, really encouraging. So HETI is a non-profit organisation that's established over 50 years ago. We're the umbrella organisation for EAS with a mission to facilitate the worldwide collaboration between organisations and individuals whose objectives are philanthropic, scientific and educational in the field of equine-assisted services. With over 200 organisational and individual members in over 50 countries, we are seeing how equine-assisted services is one of the fastest growing sectors within the equine industry. Not only are we seeing an increase in peer-reviewed studies globally, but it has been projected by US-based Grand View Research that the global equine healthcare market will reach $6.4 billion by 2033. This estimate stems from an increase in equine-assisted activities globally and rising welfare standards. British Equestrian have also recently published a report which outlined the social value of equestrianism at £1.2 billion per year, with an economic contribution of £5 billion per year, and that's not including polo or racing. Noting that equine-assisted services and its transformative effects on participants made up a significant portion of their findings, stating that activities in equine-assisted services can boost employability, well-being and pro-social behaviour, opening doors for people from all walks of life. The report also noted how equestrianism contributes to preventative healthcare and reduced demand on the NHS. And I think I can safely say that the practitioners in the room would attest to the social value of EAS, and we've seen that through their presentations. They'd attest to the importance and sense of belonging for service users having a yard where everyone is welcome, regardless of their abilities, and where the horses accept you just as you are. Globally, equine-assisted services span 6 continents. As you can see from the image, it is widely available. However, online visibility doesn't always reflect the full scope of services available, especially in regions with limited digital infrastructure. So what is driving this growth? There's a growing evidence base. HETI alone has over 30 years of published research specific to equine-assisted services. Our double-blind peer-reviewed journal is also seeing an increase in submissions yearly. Other organisations, like the Horses and Humans Research Foundation, who provide international research grants, have collected over 1,000 open access publications on their Science Open database. And I'm delighted to report that in 2024, Ireland ranked consistently in the top 3 countries for accessing this research. The rising prevalence of PTSD, addiction, anxiety, depression, and so much more has increased the need for equine-assisted services programs, especially with the lengthy waiting lists for supports and services within the healthcare sector globally. There is also an increase in people seeking to access disability services where there's a lack within their country, and many practitioners report oversubscribed services. With regards to funding, for some countries like Brazil, Canada, Uruguay, Norway, Austria and more, equine-assisted services are completely funded through the health services or military services, enabling free access to EAS programs. A prime example of this can be seen in Uruguay, where the military provide EAS for free through a national program. Oftentimes within Europe, including in Ireland, some private health insurance companies will cover equine therapies, for example hippotherapy, as long as it's provided by an allied health professional. Other organisations rely heavily on grants, funding and charging fees for their services. This not only limits the public's access to these beneficial services, but also puts a strain on the everyday running of these centres, particularly as we face rising costs related to the cost of living crisis. Other countries such as Sweden and the Netherlands support the field with funded dedicated research centres and foundations. For HETI, as the sector continues to grow and more services are offered, we are seeking to spread science-backed knowledge, raise standards of provision and equine welfare, and provide opportunities for practitioners all over the world to connect with each other, learn from each other, and build each other up. We have various task forces, such as the National Associations and Register Task Force, for countries that have established or are working towards establishing a national organisation, and registers for EAS. This task force includes representatives from 9 different countries, allowing the exchange of progress, challenges, and ideas. Over the past few years, we have been hosting monthly webinars with experts from all over the world. And we have established networks in Latin America, the Asia Pacific region, and Europe. We also have a UK forum, which meets twice a year, organised by our UK Federation members. And this has been an invaluable resource for our UK members who use the forum to network, learn, and collaborate. We've also created a national standards guide on our website so different countries can share how EAS is established and funded for them, as well as EAS sector maps, which provide information on what EAS looks like depending on the country and the culture. We've also created an ethical guidelines for service provision and equine welfare, utilising the 5 domains of animal welfare research from Dr. David Mellor and specifying it to equines based on the work of Kirstin O'Neill. And we're currently working on making this more specific to equine-assisted services with the kind permission of Kirstin O'Neill. And this guidelines is currently available in 8 different languages. In 2026, along with a new membership structure, we plan to launch a service provider database, which will be an open source self-reporting tool for practitioners to share the services they provide in their country. We also hope that this can be utilised by researchers who are seeking specific demographics for their work. On top of that, we'll also be launching an online platform which will allow HETI members and others to connect with each other through chat forums where they can discuss issues related to the field and share on specific topics. And along with that as well, we're also going to have our triennial congress, which will take place in May 2027 in Norway. For HETI, it's vital that those providing equine-assisted services are doing so under the correct education and certification, with the best scientific knowledge, continued opportunities for learning, and access to other practitioners from around the globe. As we can see and have heard, equine-assisted services is booming within Ireland. With over 200 participants from various modalities at the first symposium, there is clearly a need among Irish practitioners to connect. With some funding coming from the HSE for specific projects, Ireland is aligning with general European standards, but is there scope for more? As EAS continues to grow and thrive, there's an opportunity to expand the evidence base demonstrating why EAS works so effectively. At the same time, this progress enables us to safeguard professional standards and maintain high quality training for both humans and equines. HETI plays a pivotal role in shaping this development through its networks, educational resources, and commitment to scientific integrity. Ireland, as a leading participant, has the opportunity to expand access and position itself as a model of excellence in equine-assisted services delivery and research. Those of you in the yards, at the stables, engaging in equine-assisted services, know that it's not just a sport, it's not just therapy, it's not just another activity, but it's a community that develops a sense of belonging and is a powerful public asset. This is why we need to continue to work hard to ensure that services provided are of the highest standards possible. At HETI, we like to use the tagline, connect, communicate, collaborate. So let's keep connecting, communicating, and collaborating to ensure that equine-assisted services reaches its full potential for both people and equines.